We will start from the basics and go through step by step. Throughout the course, we will learn powerful shortcuts, tips and tricks. After completion of this video series, you will be able to have some knowledge of how to use shapes, basic of colors, how to use fonts and more. Let's get started with the Adobe Illustrator. At first, create a file. Let's go to File menu and click New. A dialog box appears where we can give our file name, can specify the width, height, and change the measurement units like pixel, centimeters, inches. I will choose inches. You can choose your orientation, and here is artboard. You can refer artboard as paper. Can choose the color mode. I will choose RGB and hit create. Let's go to Window, Workspace and choose Essential Classic, or I will directly change the Workspace Essential Classic. Let's see the user interface of Illustrator. If you are familiar with Photoshop, UI has some similarities. The top contains menu bar. The left is toolbar, which consists of so many tools which we will be using in this series. And right side has the panels. There is small two triangles. If you click, you can expand or collapse the panels. Let's go to toolbar. There is a small triangle. It means there are more subtools. To check the subtools, left click in mouse and hold, or use the right click. If I'm saying to click, then I will be referring to left click on mouse, and if I'm using right click, I will refer that as right click. First, let's create a box using rectangle tool. To create a box, click and drag and then release. Let's create another rectangle. While clicking and dragging, add the shift key, which will create a square and maintain the proportion, that is, each side equal. And we can see the bounding box with the resize handles in each side. Now let's create a box with another method. Go to the rectangle tool and click anywhere in the artboard. It will show a dialog box where we can specify the width, height, and it will create box based on the measurement we have provided. The first tool in the toolbar is Select tool. Let's select the tool. Now let's get close up with the box and see how the selection tool behaves and gives us flexibility to multiple transformation. If we get closer to one of the handle, it will change symbol at the end to arc with arrows in both sides, which allows us to rotate the box. If we add shift key while rotating, it will rotate in specific angle 45 degree. Now let's get closer than previous one. The selection tool will change to resize tool, which allows us to resize the box. If we add the shift key, it will allows us to resize with same proportion. If we get more inside the bounding box, selection tool changes with the arc symbol at the end. If we click and drag inside, it will create round edges in every corner of the box. If we want to round edge in only one corner, double click on the small circle at the end. Now let's drag inside. It will create the circular edge in only one edge. Now let's clear this and create a new box by click and drag. Let's duplicate this box. If you press Alt key while click and drag, it will duplicate the box. If you add another key, Shift with the Alt, it will align with the reference of original and duplicate the box. Go to the selection tool, click and drag outside the box. Make sure you select both boxes. Press Alt and Shift to duplicate and align with the original box. Let's double click the small circle inside the bounding box and drag inside the center. Repeat the same method to other boxes. We have created a different shape using just the box and selection tool, rectangle tool, but this time I will right click and select the round rectangle tool. If I click, it will show a dialog box where we can specify the width, height, and give the radius. It will create a box with rounded corners. We can do the same with the circle. Go to the rectangle tool and right click and select the ellipse tool and click. It will show a dialog box, specify the width, height, and it will create circle based on that measurement. We have come to an end of this video. If you want me to make this kinds of videos, make sure you comment down below and don't forget to subscribe. In the next video, we will continue and learn the direct selection tool and dive more deep in the rectangle tool.